250 million opening weekend.
No, I think Nick was exaggerating.
Is that worldwide maybe? If you
Yeah, it
account
was
for
like,
all that,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's I think it's at 120 to 150.
That's impressive though. Like that
It's
is
just like
impressive.
I'm not even gonna bother with the numbers anymore. Like,
You're wrong,
it
Mitch.
just changes.
You're wrong. Just accept
It
it.
just constantly changes. Like no one's gonna be right.
I think this is the one movie where nobody can predict the right because it's like it's so hard because there's so many factors going into it. And now like I've seen some people are like, oh yeah, it's Black History Month, this might affect them. Like, you didn't think of that ahead of time? Like, what?
To say there's a reason why it's a February movie.
Yeah, it's, dude, I'm so excited for it though. Like, it's ridiculous. It's the hype that's going on for it in my state just from people I saw. Which, speaking of which, so this past Saturday, for the first time in like 2.5 months, I went out partying at the clubs, and I get a message on Sunday. This guy contacts me, goes, dude, it was great talking to you. I haven't seen you in like 6 months, and I can't believe how good of a conversation we had about Black Panther and Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I'm just sitting there going, when the hell did I talk to this dude? So I had to go through my phone. I was like, oh wow, yeah, we took a picture together. So apparently I was obliterated, but this dude loved what I had to say about Black Panther. So that's
It's a type of jaguar.
It is a type of joke.
I cannot wait for that movie. It's so close. So, do you guys get into UK early or anything? Or
We get it on the 12th.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
It's because like you can kind of pinpoint when a Marvel movie's coming out now because the schools are on break.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, instead of releasing movies on a Friday, they now release it on the Monday, so they get that entire week
Yeah.
of just kids being off, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a bit cheeky.
And like I think they released the Inspired by album the week before it comes out in the US.
Well, I mean, that's a good idea. That's like perfect, like tactical marketing on that. So releasing that album. But anyway, welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is, of course, your host Armin. You guys can find me at Arminis, and I am here with Mitch.
What's up? You can find me at Mitch692.
And also Tristan.
Hey guys, you can find me at Control Breakers.
And yeah, we're here for another podcast. We got quite a few topics to talk about this week, so hopefully you guys enjoy the show. As always, shout out to our patrons. Thank you guys for the support. You guys can now officially get the 2018 preview podcast up on Patreon. It should be up unless something's gone wrong with the upload, which this is the internet, so you never know what can go wrong. But you guys can get that there. And of course, let's get into the show at hand. First up, this past week, we got our first look at Captain Marvel in the Kree outfit on set.
Nah, it's not the Kree. They got the colors wrong.
So many people. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, people just don't learn. It's clearly like an on-set suit. Nothing's gonna look perfect. Of course, it's gonna be baggy. She has to move around in it.
Like, people do not remember this, but when Captain America: The First Avenger, when the first pictures leaked, it was the stunt double on the motorcycle in the suit, and he literally looked like he was 350 pounds. Everything was dragging and draping off of him. People were like, "That's the worst suit I've ever seen."
Well, people forget that actors or stunt men or women can't perform the actions that they're supposed to do with skin tight outfits. Yeah. You'll see them rip constantly.
But like, it's every time.
Every time.
Like every time you get a set, like, people are like, oh, "That costume looks like shit. It's too baggy. It doesn't fit right. What the hell?" It's just like, are you dense? Like, do you have like the memory of a goldfish or something? Because it's only been like 3 months since the last set pictures came out. Like, no one even complained about the Scarlett Johansson Age of Ultron because it was a guy on the bike. And it's like, they change things around. Like, movies aren't made perfectly. And it's so strange. And it's like, oh, the Kree colors. And it's like, oh, that's her original costume. It's like, no, it's not. Oh, like, God. Can people stop pretending to know things, please? Like, she's never worn green before. Like, it's a hint to like the whole Kree military and like Marvel and the colors. It's like that one panel.
It's kind of like an homage or an Easter egg to Marvel, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like that whole one panel people are posting of Marvel and Carol and they're wearing the same suit is from 6 months ago. It's not her origin. Like, calm down with that.
But here's the thing, like, that gets me with it. Every time we do the same like song and dance with every single set photo, and it's always at the end, it's like, oh man, this looks good. It's like, we know that she has to at some point have a proto suit. This is it. Chances are that when she gets her powers from Marvel, the suit goes onto her or whatever happens, and this is why the colors, they're probably going to try to explain it like that. Because we know the Marvel Cinematic Universe always plays with established things in the comics, but they twist it in their own way to give it a new take.
Well, like, here's the thing. The suit tells you, like, the story, really.
It does.
We know there's a Kree in the Skrull, so it's going to be the Kree Skrull War. If she's wearing like the Kree green, she's clearly going to be a captain in that military fighting against the Skrulls.
Yep.
Like, and the only thing we don't really know is if that is Kree armor. Like, it could be a Shield version of it, and they're just giving it the green colors. True. So it's kind of like the amalgam of the two. Like, it could be that way. We don't know. Like, but we've seen her in the concept art with the red, blue, and the platinum gold, whatever.
Literally, if you go match up the concept art, it is 1-to-1 with this suit. Just the colors are off. So
there's a couple of different, like, small details.
Yeah,
like
but
the shoulder
always,
pads,
the concept art switch, I guess you could call it.
It's like the shoulder pads have like slightly less one block color on it than they actually do the thing. Yeah. Like, you know, I did that edit and put the actual concept art colors on it, and like,
that thing blew up.
I know, it's just like fuck, it's everywhere. But like, it's the exact same thing, and like, how can people praise one thing but like shit on it now? I just don't understand.
I think the mentality of people, and let's be really clear about this. Most of the people that I see complaining, chances are, unlike us, they've never actually picked up the comic or the source, so they're just going by hearsay, or they've heard someone else talk about it or something. So it's like, it's this mentality of you don't know what you're talking about, literally.
Well, it's that, and I think it's people who expect one thing from being told, like, this is Carol Danvers' suit, this is what she looks like, this is what she's going to look like, and then once they see the proto suit, it's like, what the hell? You didn't say that she was supposed to look like this. This is not her at all.
It also doesn't help that people listen to a certain YouTuber that has no idea what she's talking about. And like, she picks apart things like, oh, Brie doesn't have a neck in this suit. It's like, what are you complaining for? Like, how are you going to go, this suit looks trash, she hasn't got a neck? It's like, well, she clearly has got a neck because there's a collar. And it's also set in the 90s, by the way, so that's why her hair looks awful.
Dude, I love the hair. It's so 90s.
It's
like,
so
I had a
bad.
flashback to Friends, dude. Like, it was bad.
And it's not like heroes go through renditions of their suits anyway.
Exactly. You know, look at Spider-Man. Iron Man 1 did it. Like, no one can. Well, I don't remember anyone complaining about the Iron Man, like the original grey suit.
Yeah, the prototype one. You don't have to worry about that one.
Spider-Man did it. Cap did it.
I mean, imagine if we could go back to 2007 when the first trailer for Iron Man leaked, and all you saw was the silver suit in it. It's like, what? Yeah. Like, are people gonna be like, well, that's missing the red? It's like, no, you're missing the point. You can't just go to the final suit. There's a story progression, for the love of God, people. Like, how do you not notice? And the thing is, the suit is literally probably, I would say, the best proto Marvel suit I have seen so far. It is on point. Like, it looks damn good.
It's also the closest to the comics. Like, it's insane how well they realized that suit.
Yeah.
And maybe apart from Spider-Man, actually, I might take that one back. Spider-Man's pretty close.
Yeah, Spider-Man is good.
And like, no, they haven't done the typical like yellow gold that everyone seems to think should happen. And it's like, no, it's platinum's probably.
They even said it's going to be platinum-ish with a tiny hint when it like reflects. It's like, well, yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, like if you look at the concept art, it's clearly like a platinum-y white gold.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it's fine.
Honestly, I think it looks great. I think it looks honestly better. Like, yellow and gold doesn't translate as well, I would say.
Better than looking like mustard, so. Because no one uses gold. Like, if you look at like the comics of the screen, yellow is always gold, and gold never stands out like you'd want it to. Yep. So make it platinum and make it part.
That's the thing people always forget about red. Red also has a problem when you put it on screen. That's why they always put like a shiny tint to it, because it gives you this like fuzzy effect when you actually put it on film, which is Hollywood is still trying to battle that. Now with the digital age, it's even harder to get it, which I get exactly what they're doing. The moment I saw those pictures hit, I was like, my God, that suit is gorgeous. Like, it's perfect. Like, honestly, I love the suit. Like, I have no complaints about it.
And like everyone going, oh, she hasn't got an arse, she hasn't got this, she hasn't got that, she's not hot enough. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I come seriously. Like, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Well, that's always the mentality. But what I like about it is the double standard, because if you said anything about Gal Gadot, you were automatically a sexist pig. But now it's those same people just being like, dur, 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 and they're like, no, it's okay because it's
Like, did anyone ever say that Godot wasn't hot enough for the role?
No, she just, like.
So, all I saw was people saying like she's not big enough, which, I mean, fair.
Got a valid argument. I mean,
some people's idea of Wonder Woman is she should be bigger, but you do have Linda Carter and all that, which wasn't big, but
yeah,
she's still working. Even the movie,
she's big in other places.
Well, they did the best they could, I figure, and honestly, I'm excited for Captain Marvel. It's going to be a huge hit. Like, it's going to be massive for Marvel, so I can't wait to see what they do with more of it. And I can't wait to see official things. Like, here's what I don't get. Every single Marvel movie they shoot, there's always leaks of the suit and stuff. Why don't they just beat it and come out and release the first look poster the day you start shooting? Like, remember Amazing Spider-Man 2 did this? They released the suit the day they started shooting, so like, we know it's going to leak. Like, it's just...
Because here's the thing, like, this wasn't for Captain Marvel, this was for Avengers 4. I think. Well, that's what people are saying anyway. So if they haven't, like, I believe they've shot a scene for Captain Marvel, like a stunt scene. So, but it hasn't officially started production yet, I don't think. But they should kind of like get in front of it, because they always like putting stuff out. Like the Wasp, like, I can't remember if you saw the official photo for that before the set ones or not.
Yes.
So yeah, like, that came out. Like, but even the Wasp suit was baggy on Lily, so
yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I love it. We're going to talk more about Captain Marvel, obviously, in the coming, well, now till the release of the movie. So we'll get back to you guys on that. But we wanted to hear what you guys think about it down below. Going from one female-led movie to another, Wonder Woman 2 to start production in England this summer.
Am I the only one that forgot this movie's in England?
No, I didn't even know where they were going to have her at.
It's like she was in England in the first one. She's in London in Justice
I guess I'll block that out.
It's just kind of like, oh, I forgot.
So,
I mean, this is cool though. Like,
well, we still know very little about it from the few hints and like things that have been mentioned. This is probably going to be another movie that's a flashback, possibly during the Cold War, is what everything seems to be indicating. So,
I was say, hasn't she spoken, like Patty Jenkins spoken about what it's going to be? I can't remember what she said though.
They allude to more or less that they can kind of touch upon anything before she shows up in BVS, which honestly they should probably stick with that. Like, yeah,
even though it contradicts their own continuity. But,
well, I mean, Wonder Woman already outright just.
I mean, true.
Wonder Woman and Justice League both contradict BVS 100%. So. And I like that you used continuity without quotation marks. That's
oh wait, I did. I just didn't realize.
Okay. I visualize quotation marks then. So here's the thing: Wonder Woman 2. I'm really, really hyped for this movie because I legitimately like the first 70% of the first one. So
I'll say it will be a complete movie this time.
I'm hopeful.
Like, it'll be all Jenkins. It won't be like Jenkins Snyder.
Good. I'm really excited by that prospect just because of what it can offer. Now, what do you guys want to see out of this movie when it comes to storytelling, villain, everything like that?
I mean, can we get a villain? There was apparently 3 in the first one, and I didn't see any of them. But
I mean, Poison was probably my favorite, or Dr. Poison, was that her name? Like Melty Face? What was?
I think it's Dr. Poison, yeah.
But I liked her.
She had a couple of frames.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like open to what they do with this in a minute. So like, do what you want. You did good in the first one, or most of the first one. Just do what you want.
Yeah. Well,
like give it like Cheetah or something like that. I don't know.
The thing I really like about Wonder Woman is that once again they can take a risk, right? Like you can set it in the Cold War, or maybe they'll go insane and maybe they'll set it in like Vietnam or something. I mean, I'd be down for a movie that could speak political issues from back in the day, and I don't know if Warner Brothers is willing to do that because Vietnam was such a terrible thing that happened when you look into historically what they did with like soldiers and stuff. But honestly, like if Black Panther, from what we understand, is touching all these political elements and stuff, then could you imagine if Wonder Woman was to tackle a big issue in history like that? Like, I think that would be so powerful.
Watchmen tackled Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say it tackled it. It did like the scene of like a couple of scenes really. Like they could probably do it. My only problem is I don't want this to feel samey. Like, is every Wonder Woman movie just going to be a flashback to a war?
I kind of feel like they almost have to, right?
Like you're just doing the same movie over and over again. It's just like, all right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
That's my one worry with it. Like the rest, I'm fine with. Like I they can all do it now. It's just like I don't want the same thing.
That is a good point, but the thing is, it's like, where else do they go with it then? Because there's been rumors that like Cheetah could be the villain or something. I'm like, what do you do with that character? Like, I don't.
I don't know. Like, just give me a modern day thing. I don't know. It's just a tricky. I just don't want it. Like, if it is this in a Cold War or whatever, Vietnam, wherever it is, like, fine, make it good. But like, I'd rather something a bit more original than just retreading the same ground again.
I agree with that.
Again, I suppose that might be two Captain America again. So, oh no, we're gonna do a different thing this time. But I don't know. They're in a weird spot with it, but I have faith they can put it off.
Wonder Woman, Steve the Winter Soldier, or something like, because I feel like they're gonna have a way to bring him back.
But it's cheesy as hell, and it's kind of bad, but I wouldn't care. Just bring him back, bring Chris Pine back, and just say he's like the descendant and do that thing.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know how you're gonna bring someone back from an explosion.
You just have him jump out the plane. I did what I should have done in the first movie. But yeah, just have him like be a descendant or something and pull that.
I finally found that parachute.
Delete the scene. I took it off the pilot. Yeah.
I don't think I could honestly put up with a scene where she's like, Steve, and he's like, that was my great grandfather. You look just like him. Yeah, who the hell is Steve? Oh. I don't know. I want Wonder Woman 2 to... I just want a really good movie, and I think I'm going to get it because it's going to be more Jenkins, like you said, so I'm hopeful. This is probably the DC film I'm most hopeful about because the first one actually succeeded.
I've got it. Do like the Transformers thing and have the Council of Witwickies, but the Council of Trevors. And you just have like a generational picture of Chris Pine throughout different eras. Do that. It's like we're a family of war heroes. We fight in every war. Like, just do that. Why not?
Oh God, this. All right, we're just gonna get off of this. Yeah, we want Wonder Woman 2. Don't ever bring up Transformers again in a conversation.
Get Anthony Hopkins in it as well. That'd be great.
Oh, can he chew up every single scene like Transformers? Like, he clearly didn't know what he was saying or reading, but he put his like best Shakespearean into it.
Oh, that's so bad.
The robots once melted with the dragon. I'm like, what are you talking about? Goddamn.
He must have been so hungry.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he chewed it up. So, Avengers Infinity War. Things are starting to come out all over the place in regards to this movie. Action figures, reports, various things. What do we want to start with?
Start with the smallest bit. Save the pointy big bit to a last.
Okay, so, all right, but start one. And we'll, I guess, work our way down. There's a lot of stuff that's come out in like action figures. I don't even know what you go with. Is there going to be a Super Bowl spot? I guess we could talk about that too.
Yeah, that's all but confirmed. It's like the biggest open secret at the minute. Whether it's going to be 30 seconds or a minute is the question. But I imagine if they do the Super Bowl spot, which they probably will, like, show us Thor's hammer. Like, just show us that. Because it's leaked. Everyone knows he's getting a new weapon.
Yeah.
Just show us what it is. And, like, well, I say, we know exactly what it is, but, like, is it going to be called Yarnborn? Are you going to do that way? Where it's like, it's the ultimate axe, but it's called the other one.
Are they going to use his, like, belt, though, that strengthens his power that they mentioned in Homecoming? I want to know that, too. Like,
that was just a nod. You're never going to see the magic belt.
No, don't say that.
You don't need it anymore. He's had a buff as it is. Like...
Yeah, true.
I mean, you could buff him again, I suppose. But
super buffed.
+3.
Plus 3 to hammer swing.
I think the hammer looks really cool, and I like the leak around it, like how he actually gets it.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this hammer head, but no handle. And Groot's like, here's my arm. Or I am Groot.
That's true, yeah, because he's clearly on a journey with the Guardians from what we know, and just by clearly looking at it, which is honestly, I think, going to be pretty awesome. But then there's also the Infinity Sword, or what are we going to call it, the Infinity Sword?
Now, this is the interesting part. It's because I haven't watched what's it, Superhero Squad? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I only literally googled it when I heard about this, and like they called it the Ego Stone in that show, which I didn't know they had the rights to, because that was an Ultraverse crossover in the 80s. Which, if they do that, means they're probably going to do Nemesis, because that's who's inside that stone. Nemesis was what the Infinity Stone came from. She was the original being, which you could replace Lady Death with. So you had, like, because Hela's dead, we think, anyway. Like, if you don't want to do Lady Death, do the Infinity Stone woman. Like,
that's true. I mean, the thing is, if like a sword pops up, right, or something, I'm just like, oh man, that's a whole nother level of.
He's getting a sword. The Lego says that.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Infinity one? Which I don't know. Like, the sword alone, I don't know how to feel about it, because it kind of takes away from the gauntlet.
That's how I feel about it. It's like, oh wait, so, and it's kind of like you have to explain that all of these stones were spread around the galaxy because of their power, which Guardians did, but you have to reiterate that. Then you have to be like, oh, but when I put them all together, then I have all this power, but then a sword comes out of it, and now this sword is, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think the sword comes out. I think the sword's a separate relic.
Ooh. Huh.
That's at least what the show, like, the cartoon did anyway, I think.
Yeah, I remember
So,
that.
like, it's a different...
Do you think
I mean, they could make...
Okay, so there was that leaked scene, which got ripped down, where Thanos is literally standing on the Collector, like, pestering him to give him stuff. Do you think maybe the Collector holds the sword or something? Like, that's where
Possibly,
he gets it?
but I just took that as he'd want in the Reality Stone.
Yeah, that was my take too. But
that's how
know.
I took it. Like, he could... That would be a place to have something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then that kind of mutes the whole point of where he says 1 down, 5 to go.
Yeah.
Like, unless he doesn't know, and it's like the myth is that there's a 7th stone.
Ooh.
That's the one. And it's not Ego as in the plan.
And this one is gonna be inside of Heimdall. Is that correct?
Look for something perfect, because that's what that stone is.
I'm so sick of that damn theory.
Well, apparently, the Soul Stone is not in Black Panther.
Yeah. Huh.
So, what they're doing with the Soul Stone, I have no idea. No, maybe they're holding it. Well, if it's not in Black Panther, they're clearly holding it off for Infinity War. Unless it's going to be in Ant-Man, Wasp, or maybe Captain Marvel.
Yeah, maybe.
Which actually, that might explain how she gets from one place to another.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
It's basically a hard drive, so.
True.
Take her out one time, put her in another.
Now, something else there's also is the brand new action figure / toys, the Legends line for Marvel and Avengers Infinity War. And once again, something very interesting. Captain America, those gauntlets he was wearing quite clearly do become a shield of sort, which honestly...
I said it the second that trailer dropped. It's clearly the Spencer shield, but the Wakanda version.
I remember,
it even looks like it when it's together.
Like, I remember probably around Civil War, after that movie, we were on a podcast. I was like, I bet you he's going to get the Spencer shield at some point. And I feel like Avengers 4, he'll have a Spencer shield, and maybe end of this one, it's just kind of like the proto one. They're like, hey, we see you like this new design, which, honestly, I'm really down for that shield, because it's so cool. And imagine if he does split it in two and starts fighting with it, how amazing and unique that'll be. Like,
it just makes me feel like it's kind of that, like, we're gonna get you used to seeing Cap without the round shield.
Yep.
Like, he's the, like, literally a prototype test run of it, and then, like, here's Captain America 4 with all 3 of them again, and they're all Captain Americas with different shields, or something like that. Or Bucky and Sam have got to fight for the shield, something like that. But
honestly,
that's what I can see.
Like, I really like Captain America's shield evolution, like Iron Man's armor, and which we'll talk about in a second. But like the evolution, you can't just keep the same familiar look. Like, that's why the comics have the characters grow and evolve, because you got to keep it interesting and got to keep the conversation going. So Cap getting new suits and new shields and new tech, just like Iron Man. It's like, yeah, they need that, honestly, because you want it to not kind of get stale and familiar. So I really like it. And now we can go on to talk about Iron Man. What in the world is happening with his armor?
He looks like a Transformer. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, is that the Devastator thing from like Transformers 2 or whatever? It's like, what the hell have you done? But it's only a silhouette, so you can't really...
So, honestly, what I picture in my mind is these things are going to come out that are kind of like the Iron Spider arms, which we'll talk about in a minute. And in my mind, those things are going to be like giant thruster type things that can literally have them fly through space and like...
See, that's what like. You look at the silhouette of it, you can't tell if they're going forward or if they're going back.
Yeah,
obviously it's just a flat image. So it's like, are they like grabby hands or are they like? Because you've seen him in the promo art with wings.
Mm-hmm.
So is it more like that, or is it like, what exactly is it? Is he gonna have like swords coming out and like go full anime?
I feel like when they first showed that in a trailer or a TV spot, we're all going to flip out as to what it looks like.
100. Guaranteed, if that Super Bowl spot is not the crazy shit that
yeah,
I'll be surprised, to say the least.
Super Bowl spot better end with Thanos throwing the moon or the planet or whatever.
It's just like, look at all this new stuff and look how like we're just leaning into it completely now.
Yeah,
like we're not even leaning, we're just like we're falling on it.
Mm-hmm. And then also Iron Spider. Now the arms are. I mean, it was quite clear that there's something more going on with the suit just from the trailer, and now we've had like 3 different products officially show that they're gonna be there. So,
and like if you actually look at the trailer when you see him land, he lands. I don't know, the way he moves back, it looks like something's dragging him.
Yep.
Like whether that's just his like because the suit's metal or what, but I can see the arms being in that scene.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like that's the first time we've seen it. Like it just clicks out. I'm surprised on the little toy silhouette though that they've gone for 4. So my OCD is satisfied now. It's no longer the 3, so he has 7 legs because the spider has 7. And they actually look as like thin and bumpy as the comics does.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting something a bit more mechanical, but I mean whatever. It's still an ugly as shit suit, but I ain't gonna.
Oh God! Yeah.
I just got to live with it, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, with that terrible suit. But at least I think it'll look better, far better when we actually see it. Like,
hopefully, like it's also a nice little test run for Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though we've had that with Spider-Man 2, but it's like this is how it'll probably look. I get used to seeing like 8-legged people.
Yeah. Like, what I like about it is, since we're going to have the Iron Spider, quite clearly, they're not, like, taking a slow approach to it. They're like, no, he's going to have to fight aliens. Of course he's going to need a metal suit and more arms. He's a kid. Like, all right, it's like they've gone acceptable, you know?
It's like they just looked at Infinity War and gone like, you know, they're doing all this crazy stuff. Like, we're gonna have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if everything else is being all comic booky around it, why have they got to stay like semi-grounded? Like, just go full balls to the wall with it.
Exactly.
See, Tony had an idea why there needed to be an instant kill mode on Peter's suit.
He saw the future. He saw Thanos. You know that's gonna be used, and he's just gonna get like his shit pushed in.
Oh man.
It's like, he didn't kill.
So what Karen's probably gonna say, you probably have like a 1% chance of this actually working out.
I just want to know what does instant kill do? What does it look like?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the one thing. It's like, instant kill mode. It's like, but what is instant kill? Like,
you know,
are you gonna shoot something at him or what?
Yeah, like what does he shoot? Like web, like shaped like a bullet that's so condensed to like
probably something lethal. Well, we don't know. Yeah. It was just all we saw was red eyes.
It's a laser beam but webs.
Woo!
Gonna be Miles with Bendis.
Well, because that'll be our Infinity War spoiler potential leak talk, and yeah, so just a few more months till that movie. So get hyped, everybody. So, Shazam is officially full swing into production. Yeah.
Finally, it's only taken like 4 years.
Yeah. I'm excited, though. Like, it...
Same.
we're hearing every week that there's more and more castings happening. Like, we got the director, he sent out a couple photos of, like, Zachary Levi doing a live action mocap type of deal, and where literally, like, the picture he sent, I know a lot of people were confused why is Zachary Levi, like, fading out of existence in it. Essentially, they can have him on stage, and whatever he does in real time, they can look at a monitor that puts any background behind it, like a green screen, and also puts a suit over him. So it's a way to just kind of visualize what the scene will look like. And a lot of movies have started using this in the last 2 to 3 years especially. And it's something that Industrial Light and Magic actually started developing about 5 years ago when they first used it. So it's just going to become more mainstream in movies, and it's a great way to get a representation. So, like, I just want to see what the suit looks like, honestly.
Same. That's what I'm surprised they haven't actually shown it yet.
Same.
Like, I mean, sure, they started production. There's probably going to be a practical on set suit, which if people don't say it looks horrible, I'd be disappointed. Because that would be baggy as all hell.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, the lightning bolt doesn't glow in real life. What gives?
I have a fear that, like, the suit is going to have too much of a DCEU effect. Like, it's going to be that padded, bulgy, muscle nastiness. I hope it's not. But
I really don't know, because it's not. It's different people on this one, because it's New Line, isn't it? So I'm kind of hopeful it might be like the better looking of all the suits.
Like, as much as I like Affleck as Batman and stuff, as much as I like the suit design, he looks real fat and uncomfortable.
He looks like a potato sack.
Yeah, that suit is pure padded. And Henry Cavill, yes, he's a giant dude, but the suit also emphasizes the muscles. It's 290s for me, like,
especially Justice League, where they just up the saturation so you can see all the spray paint work. Like, even Wonder Woman's got like sprayed on abs. Yeah. It's like, what? I don't need that. I don't know. I hope they don't do it, because they said, like, it is really dated. Like, just have it be like, just be flat. Like, I know most DC characters have really flat colors, but like, come on.
Here's what I don't get. We saw the pictures from Justice League production where literally they had an entire chalkboard filled with Marvel Studios costumes and circling what parts they were ripping off. Like, the Flash's helmet is literally Captain America's helmet, but redesigned. Like, there's pictures out there, you guys can go look them up, of Justice League sets where you see the costume designers just looking at Marvel blueprints and, like, what the suits look like.
Just look at a side by side of the Flash and Cap's helmet. It's exactly the same. It's the same details. It's just got a chin bit on it.
Yep. That's the thing I hope they do, is, like, look at like Captain America and Captain Marvel's suit and stuff. Look at the padded look. Please take that and don't do the fake muscular looking thing.
But that's the thing. Like, can you look at those? Like, I think if they got to look at anyone for Shazam, it's probably Vision.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Thanos. Like, look, go for that sort of look. Or like maybe make it kind of like a thicker armor sort of. I don't know. Like, maybe look at more Wonder Woman for Shazam, but like, just don't do like don't stick bits of fabric on top to make him look he's got abs. Like, don't do Justice League Affleck, because that looked awful. But I don't know. I've got a bit of hope for it.
Yeah.
And as long as it's got like the massive lightning bolt on the front of it, I'll be happy.
Yeah, as long as that's there, and I hope they don't try to de-emphasize it. Like, that's
yeah.
Please.
I mean, they haven't. If anything, the logos are the one thing they haven't. Like, they've emphasized more, if anything.
True.
So hopefully they stay consistent with that and that works out.
And I will say, hopefully, the suit can just be actually colored properly. Please don't do any of them dark undertones like Superman's Man of Steel suit. We're like, is that black or is it blue? I can't tell in this lighting. And he's standing in the light. You're like, what color is that?
So you don't want Wonder Woman's where she's actually got a black corset, but like it's just got the red highlights.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know. You can do that, but just don't have the black like really obvious. Just have it. Just make it more of a brown than black. Like, make it more natural. Don't make it that jarring contrast.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, a lot to be done. I'm excited. I can't wait to see more on this movie. So hopefully soon they deliver us some sort of a week or something will get out there, which it probably will. So also now that brought us to the end of the podcast. Yep.
5 topics.
Yeah. Been a pretty good show. Probably.
Probably not. Maybe.
I don't know.
Still don't know why people have to have an emotional attachment to a company.
Oh, let's not go there. Please,
Why?
I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's too.
That's how it goes.
Let's
just put it out there.
Let's just all look forward to the Mental Olympics and see how they do with the gymnastics.
Well, it's supposed to be happening tonight, so.
Oh, is it tonight?
Yeah,
How
that's
can
one.
how can you bum an audience score when this movie's not even out?
Oh no, it's with the spoilers because apparently that's when supposedly the spoilers are going to leak, and then that's when the first plan is to spread it out throughout the internet and ruin it for everybody.
I mean, I doubt there's really that much to spoil, to be honest. But
Bucky Barnes is in Wakanda. Yeah, we know. Thanks.
they fight a villain.
Claw has a robotic arm.
Oh, have you seen that clip of the train fight they have in that movie?
Nope.
Oh, the CG in it is awful.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so bad. Like he swings around a pylon. It's just like, oh, it's like Steppenwolf.
Oh, you should send that to me so I can look at it. Ugh. I'm getting
But
afraid.
hopefully it's just like it was an old clip and they've actually fully rendered it now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully.
It's strange because everything else was really good in that movie apart from that one bit.
Damn.
It's just like, oh, yeah. It is what it is.
Well, all right, guys. So thank you for joining us for another podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time.